Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel and my yoga studio here at home. I'm James. When you have some time, please visit my updated website, ocyogi.com, for more information about myself as well as my current offerings, online classes, and so forth. Feel free to contact me, of course, at any time via my website. Today's practice is more of a power sequence. I'll make sure to warm up the wrists and the shoulders properly before we try some of the more dynamic power asanas or yoga postures. What's important is that you modify the practice and rest when you need to. Okay? Scan the body, be aware of any sensations, especially the more uncomfortable or painful sensations. Right? When you need to rest, when you need to back out of an asana, you go ahead and do that. If you have any medical conditions that you're aware of, please be sure that you're even extra mindful before you try some of the asanas. For example, let's take someone that has high blood pressure or vertigo or hypertension, right? You don't want to keep your head below heart level for long periods of time. You don't want to stay in a forward fold or a downward facing dog for too long. That's just, one example. Have a safe practice. I look forward to your feedback. Let's go ahead and get started. Come to a standing position towards the front, top of your mat. You can have the feet apart a few inches, or you can have them a little bit closer. It's really up to you. You can even have the feet together if you want. I like to keep mine slightly apart. Root the four corners of the feet down. Draw the belly in and tuck the tailbone underneath you. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Inhaling, shoulders roll up, back and down as you exhale together. Now root your feet down even more, pressing into the mat as you straighten out your legs. Maintain engagement through your bandhas, through Uddiyana Bandha and through Mula Bandha. Stand nice and tall, soften through the head and neck and shoulders. Close the eyes. Bring awareness and your attention to your breath now. Lengthen breath through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Continue this on your own. Notice any fluctuations in your stance, as well as any fluctuations in the mind within your thoughts, right? So maintain that attention to the breath and continue to breathe. Slowly blinking the eyes open. Make a couple of fists. Begin to circle the hands, warming up your wrist joints. And flex here, open, close a few times. Take each hand and give yourself a bit of a gentle wrist stretch. Noticing the sensation in the joint, the stretch through the forearm and the wrist. All the little tendons and ligaments that are involved. Or any other particular stretches that you like for your hands and your wrists. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Up, forward, and down a few times. Cupcake hands here on the shoulders, on tops of the shoulders here, so fingertips touching. Maintain the lift out of the waist here as you draw the belly button in and begin to circle here. Forward, so we're going up, forward, and down a little bit here as we circle forward here. And let's do this 15 times. 5 more. Good. Keep the fingers there and reverse directions. Five more times. Excellent. Release. Shake out the hands a little bit. Raise the right arm. You're facing forward, belly button in. You're lifting, lengthening out of your waist. Big inhale up here. Exhale up and over to your left as you reach. Belly button, draw it in. Soften through the neck and shoulders as you find more sukha, or ease or comfort, or sukham. Slowly releasing, coming back. Inhale, left side, left hand up. Exhale, up and over to your right. Again, belly button, draw it in. Ease, comfort through the shoulders. Left hand up and over to the right, and you're sending your hips a bit to the left. Slowly as you release, come back. Now, do bring the feet together. Let's begin our practice. Inhaling, upward salute or Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hug the belly in, keep a little bend in the knees. You're aware of the sensations in your lower back. Lift, lengthen, halfway inhaling. And relax into your forward fold again as you exhale. Now keep the knees bent if you need to. Rest the belly on tops of the thighs. You can have blocks here. Your hands could be on your blocks, or your hands to the floor, or your hands onto your shins here. Gently move and shuffle, yogi march, alternating right knee, left knee. The hips are wiggling back and forth a bit with the knees. The feet will try to maintain them flat and refrain from moving the feet here. Find more length in your neck as you draw your shoulders away from ears, and the whole time you're hugging in the belly. Lengthen breath through the nose. Exhale through the nose, Ujjayi breath. Lift, lengthen, halfway inhale. High plank as you step back, Phalakasana. Fingers wide open here, eyes at the elbows, more forward facing, so a little rotation, external rotation. Eyes of the elbows face forward more. Keep a little bend in the elbows if you need to. Your quadriceps, your thighs are contracting, they're strong. You're maintaining lift here as you press hands into the floor, and belly button, you draw it in to the spine towards the ceiling. Now use the feet, the toes, to press yourself back and forth a little bit so that your shoulders hover over your wrists and maybe even a little bit past the wrists here. Easy with the wrists, mind those movements because you want to be aware of the sensation in the wrist as you're going back and forth, especially depending on the surface that you're on. It may be a little bit harder for the wrists here, okay? Sometimes you can come onto the knuckles like that. You make a fist. Just keep those wrists nice and straight with your forearms, and you can go back and forth. But you're still statically warming up the shoulders. You're engaging the core. You're not letting your belly and your back sort of slouch and drop towards the floor. The whole time you're pushing floor away as you hug in the belly. Inhale there now. Exhale, lower knees. Elbows hug in. You don't need to go too low here. Transition, lazy, upward facing dog. Maintain the lift through the heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, bicycle it out. Good. Now we'll bring the right foot heel down. We'll keep the left heel off the floor. Your arms are extended. You're still sending your head
towards your knees, towards your thighs. Your hips sway to the right and your toes, feet turn towards the left. Stretching the iliotibial band or the IT band outside of the right thigh quadricep. Hips come back to center, lift onto the tippy toes, inhaling. Exhale your left heel down, keep your right heel off the floor, right ball of the right foot still down, and then hips sway to the left and your feet turn towards the right. Coming into the left IT stretch here, keep sending your head towards your thighs. You want to keep the arms energetic, hands energetic, pressing your mat away, belly button in. Back to center, onto tippy toes again as you inhale. This time your knees bend and you come to kind of like a bear crawl position, except you have the extended arms still, just like your downward facing dog. Your belly resting on your thighs. Nod head, yes, shake head. Good. Lower your knees down, knees wider, and come into a child's pose or balasana. Forehead can rest or your chin can come down. Just be aware of your neck here. I like the forehead more. I like to soften the back of the neck and find again sukham or comfort, ease. Press into the hands. Inhale as you come to table. Exhale, sit back again and thread the right arm through to the left. Stay with the head and the chin towards the center of the mat and keep the chin over the arm as you rest the forehead down. Left hand could be reaching forward, or it could walk over to the left side and reach to the left. You can stay there, cupcake hand, or you could rest the left hand arm behind the back. Shoulders soften away from ears, lengthen breath through the nose. Slowly as you come back to your neutral table position. Inhale here. Exhale, thread left hand to the right. You're keeping chin, forehead towards the center. Gently stretching the back of the left deltoid, left shoulder. Forehead rests and chin rests just over the arm. Notice if there's any difference in the sensation from one shoulder to the other. Right hand could reach forward. It could reach out to the right, or you could rest the right arm behind your back. Shoulders, draw them away from ears here, longer neck, belly button in. Slowly as you come back, lifting off the floor. Neutral tabletop position. Inhale a few times through, inhale and exhale through Vidalasana or cow and cat. Good. Let's start to move a little bit faster now. Come to your downward facing dog. Exhale, step, walk, or maybe hop forward. Doing the hopping maybe gradually as your shoulders get warmer. Lift, lengthen halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to the sides, equally standing. Come to chair, inhaling. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, right foot, step it back, lower it down, left foot frame between your hands. So walk the foot forward if you need to, or heel toe forward. Low lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands back. Step back, inhale. And now Chaturanga. I'll modify still a few more Chaturangas, just more beginner level. I'll bring the knees down first. Inhaling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot, inhale it high. Exhale it through. Left knee, shin comes down. Low lunge, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Curl toes, right foot steps back. Chaturanga. As you exhale, and you could do full Chaturangas if you like. Inhaling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bicycle once or twice. Settle the heels for 2 breaths. Hover high plank, inhale. Exhale, hold, belly button in. Left hand in the center. Side plank over to the left here. The left knee, shin can come down, so you could modify this way. Line up the left hand with the knee, the shin on the left side, and the right heel. Right hand reaching up. If you want a bit more, elevate the right foot heel off the floor, pressing into your left shin, top of your left foot. Maybe your right hand reaches overhead, long through neck and shoulders, shoulders away from ears, belly button in, extending through that right heel. Exhale, foot and hand come back, come up to your high plank position. Half Chaturanga. Back up, inhale. Side plank to your left, so you're turning to your left, your right foot is down, your right hand is down. If you need to modify, like I'm doing here, knee and the shin lined up with the right hand under the shoulders, belly button, hug it in. Reach the left hand up high, pressing hand into the floor. If you want a bit more, elevate the left foot heel, extending through the heel, hug the belly in. Hands apart, shoulders apart from ears. Pressing through the right shin. Maybe reach the left hand over. Another breath. Exhale, left hand comes back. High plank, inhaling. Exhale, half Chaturanga. Back up, inhale. Downward facing dog. Knees bend, inhale. Exhale, step or hop forward. Come to chair, inhale. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right heel, inhaling, you're floating that through water here, extending foot heel away, stamp the back wall, belly button in, and now bend the knee, inhale, lift the foot up higher and turn hips open to the right. To center as you inhale, square up the hips. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Hover, hold, suck in belly. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee, nose. Send it back, inhale. Exhale, knee to left elbow with a twist. Belly button in, hold. Inhale, knee back and up. Exhale, foot all the way through, planted between the hands. Your back heel is up. Anjaneyasana, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we sink a little bit lower. We draw the belly in. Keep a soft little bend in the left knee. We draw the left pelvis forward and the right hip back a bit. Look to your right, reach hands apart. Keep hugging in the belly. Shoulders soften away from ears here. Left hand goes up, right hand comes down. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale as you come back around. Exhale, spin your back foot heel down, warrior two. Heel toe adjust so you're sitting a little bit lower. You're making sure the knee is tracking just over the heel, the hips are low. Glue the back foot heel down, maintain the lift here as you activate Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha together. Reverse warrior with inhale. Exhale, Parshvakonasana, side angle pose. Reverse warrior, inhaling. Exhale, Parshvakonasana. One more time. Take a breath here, look down. Exhale your left hand down and pivot so your left heel is now up and you heel toe your right foot to the right. Hug in the belly, beginner level, you can lower the left knee shin if you need to. Otherwise, left hand to the floor or to the block. Inhale, sweep right hand up. Exhale, reach, belly in. Shoulders apart and hug that belly in as you bring the inner thigh closer to the belly on the right side. Extending through your back heel. Exhale your right hand down. Send your right foot up high. Exhale, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Stay here with the exhale. Knees off the floor, thighs off the floor. Hug the belly in. Draw your chest, heart forward, shoulders back and down. Your hands are pressing, long neck. Look to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to center. Curl toes. Send the hips up, downward facing dog. Bicycle a few times. Heels settle. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, step, walk or hop forward. Halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, Samastiti. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Don't compress the lower back. Maintain lift out of the waist. Belly button hugging in. Uddiyana Bandha is active. Another breath. Exhale, you might come down and then press back up to come into your downward facing dog. Left foot, inhale, floats through water again as it goes away. Your hips are squared up, you're pressing evenly into the hands. Bend the knee, inhale, lift the foot a bit higher. Exhale, turn hips open to the left. for Shavasana. So you're looking under the left armpit here as you draw the belly in and glue the right foot heel down, stacking up your left hip above right. Back to center. Inhale, square up, hips point, toes. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, hover, hold. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to nose or forehead, round back, sucking belly. Inhale it back. Exhale with a little twist to the right elbow, and you might even spin your right foot heel down, pressing floor away. Hold here, belly button in. Inhale it back. Exhale it through. High lunge, so your right heel is up again. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands to heart center. So draw belly in. You're shifting your left hip back a bit now, your right pelvis forward. Cat out of the lower back, right? Again, bandha engagement is important here. Reaching hands apart. Right hand up, left hand down. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, Virabhadrasana Dvi, Warrior 2, heel toe a little bit wider apart. Sit a little bit lower, right? Knee tracking just behind and above the heel. Dancing Warrior, inhale, Reverse Warrior. Exhale, side angle. Sink a little bit lower with the hips as you do that. Keep that right foot heel glued down. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Spin. So now your right foot heel is up. Heel to the left foot slightly to the left. Some might lower the right knee shin to the floor. Right hand could be on a block. Otherwise, hand to the mat. Belly button hugging in. Keep that knee close to the chest. Inner thigh close to the belly. Hug the belly in. Left hand sweep, inhale. Exhale, fine tune it now. Little micro adjustments. Extending through your right heel. Sit the hips a little bit lower. Right hand pressing, shoulders apart from ears. Maybe chin towards chest, looking up towards the hand, past the hand. Inhale there. Exhale your left hand back. Inhale, step it back or send it up high. Option for Ekapada Chaturanga, one leg floating. Transitioning with inhale. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Bicycle a few times and settle the heels down. Close eyes. Breathe through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Good. Inhale, bend knees. Exhale, step, walk, or hop forward. Halfway lift flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale, stand, Samastitihi. Circle out the hands again a bit here. Give them a little stretch if you need to. And shrug shoulders if that feels good. And gentle rotations with the neck, shaking head no, and nodding head yes. Now we heel toe the feet about 2 fist distance apart, roughly, right? About 4 to 6 inches apart. Your knees shift back a little bit here so you can see your toes. Lift the toes and fan them open. Belly button draw it in to engage more Uddiyana Bandha. Tailbone tuck it underneath you, engaging the pelvic floor muscles to engage and activate your Mula Bandha.
Energetic hands reach forward, palms can be down, facing down, or face each other. Sit back into your imaginary chair as you come down for this awkward pose. So we're kind of trying to see if we can get that sensation of almost falling back. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, relax hands beside you. Inhale up to tippy toes. Exhale if knees are okay, heels high off the floor, thighs stay parallel. Now your back, your torso, trunk of the body as vertical as possible, like it's sliding down an imaginary wall behind you, okay? Hands can be forward here, palms can face each other again, or down, high on the tippy toes, heels high off the floor, hug the belly in, lower down, scan and be mindful with the knees here. If any foot procedures or issues, you don't want to be with the heels high off the floor, you want your heels back down. Inhale, come back. Exhale, heels come down. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Flowing with breath here, inhaling. And downward facing dog as you exhale. A reverse chaturanga is a little extra option to put a little more power into the practice. And it's optional, of course. Good. Right foot inhale it high. Exhale it all the way through. High lunge again. Slowly coming up with inhale, Anjani Asana. Exhale, you might sink a little bit lower, but try not to backbend here. Belly button in. So cat out of the lower back initially. Now your right hand circles around and finds the outside of your left thigh and takes a wrap. Little stretch through the shoulder girdle on the right side. Spin the chest to face forward again as the finger's hand hangs onto the thigh. Belly button hug it in. Look up, reach up. Sink a little bit lower with the hips sucking the belly. And you can extend through the heel if you want. Just be mindful of the lower back. Inhale, right hand coming back. Exhale, you're standing, so you're extending through both legs, but you're staying on the ball of the left foot. Anything again going on with the foot, you need the heel back down, that's okay, go ahead and do that. Bring the heel down. Good. Now, inhaling arms. Exhale, we'll bend the knees a little bit and bring right under left for Garuda or eagle arms. Coming for the wrap. If you can't wrap, hook the arm with the elbow and the forearm or the right arm. Bring the left elbow down and get a little stretch across the back of the left shoulder. If you can keep the wrap, great. Belly button in, shift weight forward into the right foot. Press and come off the floor. And balancing here in your warrior three with your eagle Garuda arms.
Try to square up the hips more with the floor. Point toes away or extend through the heel. Actively hugging the belly. Torso more parallel with the floor. Slowly releasing arms, airplane arms open. Exhale, hands down. Now, keep a little bend in the knees here and hands to the floor or the block. This is sort of our little rest pit stop here. We'll suck in the belly and we'll keep the knee kind of bent here, both sides. And we'll Shiva squat. As we inhale, left knee is going to be hiding behind right, like this. So the inhale is the bend, and the exhale is the extension. Inhale, bend. Extension, exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extension. Hands to the floor or the block, or again, you come back and see if you could hover into your warrior 3. Or hands to the floor. Another breath. Exhale the left foot back, bring the heel down, line up the heels here with your inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extension, so you take the bend out of the right knee, belly button hug it in, you're reaching up into your left with your right hand. Cat out of the lower back, suck in the belly, maintain the lift and length out of your spine, stretching up into your left. Good. Now look to your left foot. As we inhale and exhale, your right hand is going to come down towards that left foot. And by the time you've turned, you should be facing the back of your space, back of your room, okay? It's going to look like this. Inhaling. Exhale, pivot and turn so your right hand comes down. So you also pivoted so your right heel is up now. Extending right foot heel away. Inner thigh close to the belly on the left side. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, maintain this sort of revolved side angle variation. And you could send the left hand overhead. Inhaling. Exhaling, your left hand comes back. Spin your right foot heel down. You're still facing the back of your room. Reverse warrior, come up. Exhale, sit into it. Cat out of the lower back. You're bending the left knee, sitting low with the hips here. Reaching up and to your right with your left hand. Softening neck away from ears. You're softening through the neck, shoulders away from ears. Now look to that back right foot. Inhale, press, 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 extending through the left side. Exhale, turn, 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 pivot, left hand coming down. Heel toe adjust, Parshvakonasana revolve variation on this side. Same modifications or little adjustments. Use of the block underneath the left hand if you need to. Lower the left knee and the top of the foot shin down if you need to. Or right hand could be reaching overhead. You could be looking to the right and behind and up. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, come back. Pick up right foot, send it up high. Exhale, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the dog a few times, settle the heels down. Nod head, yes, shake head, no. Left foot high. Exhale through. High lunge, come up, inhaling. Exhale, left hand travels behind you and finds a wrap around the right quadricep. And then you try to spin your chest, shoulders to face forward as you actively suck in the belly, maintaining engagement through the bandhas. Good. Inhale, left arm, hand back up. Exhale, namaskar hands, so together. And then you lift belly in, extending, balancing on the ball of the right foot, lowering the heel down, anything going on with the foot, right? So be aware again, gentle, if there's any foot procedures or anything going on that you're aware of. So you're here balancing, maintaining the lift. Now as you bend knee and inhale, sweep hands up. Exhale this time, left under right for Garuda. Same modifications as before, bringing the hands to the center and down, maintain belly in, long with the neck. Begin to shift the weight into your left foot, come off as you begin to hover, energetic reach through the heel or the toes, but squaring up the hips as much as we can. Shoulders away from ears, belly button, suck it in. Airplane arms open. Exhale your hands down. Keep a little bend in your knees now, still hugging the belly, so you're kind of rounding through the back a little bit. And sort of a Shiva squat position, right knee hovering behind left. Both knees are bent. This is where we inhale. Extension, exhale. Inhale, extension, exhale. Inhale, extension, exhale. Hold, maybe back to warrior three again. Hands to floor or blocks, or you might hover hands off the floor. Softly landing. As soon as that right foot heel comes down, reverse that warrior. Exhale, press through the left foot, take the bend out of the left knee. So now it's more of a reverse triangle, or Viparita Trikonasana. Extension, maintaining lift, cat out of the lower back. Your hips, chest, shoulders are roughly in the same plane as you're reaching up and to your right with your left hand. Palm of the left hand facing to the right. Soften your shoulders away from ears, hugging the belly. Look to the right foot. That's where your left hand is going to come down with your exhale. Big inhale first. Exhale, turn, 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 and your left hand came down. Pivot, heel toe adjust right side. Belly button in, modify as you need to. Inhale, right hand up. Exhaling. Micro adjustments and adding more layers if we need to. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, hand comes down. Spin the back foot, heel down. Reverse warrior, rise. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Draw the belly in. Up and to the left, you reach with your right hand. Hugging the belly. Try to cat out of the lower back so you're not back bending, but maintaining that bend in the right knee. The knee tracking just over the heel. Inhale, extension. Exhale, look to the left foot, turn. Your right hand comes down, and you're facing forward again. Heel toe adjust if you need to. Right hand down, another revolved or variation of side angle pose, Parshvakonasana. Right hand down, left hand up. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, hand comes back. This is where you pick it up, send it up high. Optional Ekapada flow. Transition. Downward facing dog. Bicycle a few times. Settle the heels for 3 breaths. Good. Now, a little extra option here in your downward facing dog. Hands could be on the blocks too. If the heels are glued down or you're doing your best to glue the heels down, shift the weight to the left side more, pick up the right hand, and reach for the outside of the calf of the left leg or towards more the ankle area. Okay, firm grip there, belly in, and draw the belly in here, chin in, and then you look up underneath towards the ceiling. As you release, right hand comes back. Pick up that left hand, give it a little shake, and reach for the back of the right leg towards the foot or the ankle or behind the calf. You're looking chin in, belly in, and you're looking up and to the right. Engaging Uddiyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha, the lock in the throat, compressing the thyroid gland. And release. Come back to your high plank. Now let's test a little endurance here. Belly button in, high plank. Exhale halfway. Back up, inhale. Exhale halfway. You could lower the knees down too, just keep hugging the belly in. Back up. And halfway again with the exhale. Back up. Downward facing dog. Right foot inhale it high. Exhale it through. Spin the back foot heel down this time. Warrior 2 as you inhale. Exhale as you settle. Find distance a little bit more between the feet. Sit the hips a little bit lower. Maintain the lift through the trunk again. Guiding the inner thigh, the knee more towards the pinky toe side as you let the knee track over the heel. Back foot heel stays glued down. Energetically, your foot is turning inward just a tad bit, and the inner thigh is trying to come back and spin back and down, keeping that back foot heel down. Drishti past your right hand. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, draw the belly in, reach back just a bit more. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, Parshvakonasana, side angle pose. Option for a hand to the floor on the inside and the forearm pressing the inner thigh away to the right, or to the hand to the floor or to the block. Now, additional option for the wrap and the bind. An option to come step into Swargadvidasana, bird of paradise. So I'll hop the left foot in 1, and 2, I want to face forward. I'll come to the tippy toes of the right foot. Okay, first I'll make sure that I'm rounding a bit through the back and I'm hugging the belly just to release and find a little comfort through the quadricep on the right side that was so engaged. Okay, the interlace is there, or the hands are there if you have that bind, shoulders away from ears, and you want to hug the belly in. You'll start to look forward, so you have to lift your head a little bit and look forward, belly in. Use that bind and engagement through Uddiyana Bandha in your core. Press into the left foot and begin to lift the right leg off the floor. So you might keep the bind, just make sure it's loose. Focus on the stance. Focus on pressing hips forward a bit, so shoulders back and down, and belly button in. Opening the pelvis on the right side, knee opens to the right a bit more. Keep hugging in the belly as you stand. And if you have that little bind, option for extending right foot heel away. Softly bending knees, landing when you come back. Releasing hands to the floor just for safety, stepping the left foot back, circle with your hands to the left, and this will be a Pratikriyasana or a neutralizing pose, Skasandasana or Ninja. So foot could be flat or left heel off the floor. Just keep the hands nearby and gentle with the knee. And you could be here too, maintaining more lift out of your waist. Now move to your right, a Skasandasana on this side, just so the left knee gets a little break. Let's come to center for Prasarita, a neutralizing pose to relax a bit here. Separate leg standing stretch, Prasarita Padottanasana. Variation A, hands to the floor. Soften through the crown of the head towards the floor. Easy with the neck, shoulders away from ears. And we'll come back to this again. So you will have an option for Salamba Shirshasana, tripod headstand, or traditional headstand Salamba Shirshasana. You might heel to the feet apart a little bit, keep a little micro bend in the knees, but constantly hug the belly in and relax through the neck. Slowly come back, heel toe the feet a little closer together, dynamically a little bit left and right, bending through the knees. Circle to the right and step the right foot back, inhaling. Exhale, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bicycle a few times. Settle the heels down. Left foot, inhale it high. Exhale it all the way through. Spin the back foot heel down. Warrior two as you rise with inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Belly button in, hands reach apart. Drishti or gaze past your front hand. Sink a little bit lower. Knee tracking over the heel, but also opening towards the pinky side a bit more as you spin that back foot heel down. Reverse warrior, inhaling. Exhale, up and to your right as you're reaching. Bend the left knee a bit more, sink the hips lower, keep sucking in the belly, cut out of the lower back so you're not back bending here. Inhale, come around. Exhale, side angle pose, Parshvakonasana, maybe a little bit lower. Left hand to the floor or to the block, forearm, arm, pressing the inner left thigh away. Up and over to the right as you reach. Option for the bind. And then Swargadvidasana, bird of paradise. As you step the right foot forward, you might hop it once or twice. Just make sure you're forward facing. Little pit stop here in the forward fold. Round the back a bit. You're on the ball of the left foot. You have your bind. Fingers hopefully found each other. Heel off the floor. Use a towel or a strap. That might help you with that bind. Again, core engagement, Uddiyana Bandha engagement is important here. Firmly pressing through the rooting down through the right foot. Shoulders away from ears. Core active. And press and use also the arms to lift up the left leg. Opening pelvis a bit to your left, lift out of the waist, belly button in, Loose with the interlace, it'll allow a little bit easier as you extend the left foot away, right? So balancing first, finding steadiness or stira, finding a little bit of sukham or ease or comfort. Shoulders away from ears, Uddiyana Bandha engaged, belly button in, and you might just start to extend the left foot away. Slowly as you release, easy bend with the knees, releasing the bind, stepping the right foot back, and shifting to your right for Skasandasana, or a ninja on this side. Flex left toes towards you, dorsiflexion if you want. Hand to the floor is fine for support. Easy with the right knee. Shifting to your left, Skasandasana on this side. And then coming back to center here. I'm going to just turn just so my back isn't to you. Another variation of Prasarita Padottanasana. This time we'll work a few variations sort of together. So belly button in, long neck, shoulders away from ears. If you need to be next to a wall to try your tripod headstand, the inversions of course are optional. Please be aware of your neck and mindful so that there are no injuries here. First, we'll start with variation C. Interlacing hands behind back. Option for palms to come together. Opening through the heart center, inhaling. Exhale as we forward fold, hinging at the hips, and the hands come overhead with us. We hug the belly in. Keep a little micro bend in the knees if we need to. Maybe even the toes are slightly pigeon-toed inward. Soften through the neck, lengthen the breath. And then slowly as you release the hands. Now come up about halfway here. So your torso is long. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes here. If you want a bit more power, you want to try the tripod headstand, you're welcome to. You can also hover to a high push-up position, wider with the hands or closer with the hands, depending on how your shoulders are feeling, and do several rounds of push-ups. I'm going to go ahead and set up the tripod headstand, top of the head coming down. I want to make sure that for my peripheral vision, I could see the hands here, and I want to hug the elbows in to create that tripod base. Okay, so heel toeing the feet a little wider apart. I draw the belly in, begin to shift the weight such that I feel roughly even weight between the hands and the head. As I hug the belly in, I'll come to the tippy toes, really engaging compression through the core and keeping that straddle and sending the feet up here. Aware of the neck, maintaining breath. Catting out of the lower back. And I might hover and straddle again. A lot of bandha activity here. And I might float the feet back up again. The whole time, the forearms, the triceps, you're working. And I'll float down. Good. I'll slowly move the hands back forward and gently bring the head to about heart level. Okay? So first I'll stay here for a bit. I might even be onto the fingertips. Shake the head no. If you were doing your push-ups, you could come back and do another variation C, bring the hands behind and come overhead again. Or you could be resting with me here. Good. Let's heel toe the feet now a little closer together. Brace through the core and inhale, come up. Exhale, shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Good. Heel toe the feet a little closer together and turn the feet out. Okay? Belly button, draw it in. Tailbone, shift underneath you. Your torso, spine erect. Belly in here. Nice, long, extended spine, right? Energetically extending upward through the crown of the head. Turn the feet out a bit more. Shift the weight to the ball of the right foot. Come on to lift the heel off the floor. Again, anything going on with the foot, you could skip that. Foot heel comes back down. Left side. Shift the weight into the ball of the foot a little bit. Sit the hips a little bit lower. To center. Bring the heels down. If you need to adjust a little bit, do so. You want the knees roughly over the heel, okay? Press into the balls of the feet and both heels high off the floor. Maintain that spine tall, belly in. For goddess pose, hold here as you breathe. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the heels down. Left turns a bit, right turns to the right. Trikonasana, so adjust your stance if you need to here. Inhaling and exhaling. Hand to the floor or to the block. If you're going wider, heel archer, heel alignment, and you're keeping your hips underneath you, because sometimes your hips are going to want to stick back a little bit here. Maintain that plane and the length and lift upward and out to the right, hands apart. And various options with the hands here. You could reach overhead, belly button, hug it in. If you're engaging more through Jalandhara Bandha, chin into the chest, up and to the left as you look. Little bend in the knee. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, turn, turn. Trikonasana on this side as we set up. Exhaling. Again, hips underneath us. Hands reach apart, shoulders in line. Maybe right hand reaching overhead. Jalandhara Bandha engagement, chin towards the chest, turning and looking up. Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Slowly, as we release, inhale will come back. Exhale will turn and turn here to come face forward for a lunge again, okay? But this time, as we draw the belly in, we'll reach and lengthen forward through the chest, shoulders, and bring the triceps, armpit on the outside of the right thigh. Lower the left knee, shin down if you need to. Hand on top of hand. Twist and lunge, but focus on extension and lift. So the inhale, think elongation of the spine. And the exhale, more hugging in of the belly. Option for a bind here. For a deeper twist, any lower back issues, you don't want to be too deep into the twist, or you might even completely avoid the twist here. Slowly as you release, circle back to center. Bring the back foot in just a bit here, an extension through that right side. Okay? Left hand to the floor or to the block. Your right pelvis draws back and up, your left forward and down. Revolve triangle, Parivrita Trikonasana. Maintain lift and length out of the waist. Heels should be glued down. Belly button, hug it in. Uddiyana Bandha is active. Exhale your right hand down. Circle to your left. All the way to the left. High lunge, inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Belly in, shift weight forward. Right tricep outside of the left thigh. Palm on top of palm. Modify just like you did on the other side if you need to. Lengthen out of the waist. Belly button, draw it in. Gradually working the bind more or the twist more, but with the breath as we move. Slowly working the bind if you're going for it. Again, mindful with the lower back. Slowly as we release, circling back to center. The right foot will bring it in just a bit and place it down as we root the feet down. Now we're drawing the left pelvis and hip back and up, the right pelvis forward and down. Block on this right side in case you need it. Easy with the stretch through the left leg. Revolve triangle with the breath. Exhaling the left hand back down, circling to your right. And again, ninja. And ninja, dynamically move a bit here. A little flexion through the knees. Good. Come back up to your separate leg standing position here. And now I'm going to just adjust just a bit because I'm going to need some room on this right side. Right foot turns to the right, maintain that lift and length. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. As you begin to hold, you could be next to a wall to help you balance. Your block could be in your hand, moving towards the floor. Stack up the left hip above right. Hand to the floor is okay. Option to bend the knee, hand grabbing, left hand grabbing the top of the left foot. As the foot and the shin press, stretching through the pelvis, belly button in, long neck, shoulders away from ears. Slowly as you release. Before you land, you're going to look down and forward, square up the hips, and do that Shiva squat again, maybe this time with no hands. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands down, extend left foot heel away, Parivrita, Ardha Chandrasana, revolved half moon. Option to grab for the reverse dancer's pose, right hand reaching for the top of the left foot. And you can come off the floor here as you do your reverse dancers. Slowly releasing, left foot lands, circle to your left and Skasana for the release. To the right, Skasana. As you come up to the left side, you might just kind of flow with it to come into your half moon on this side here. Stacking up your right foot over left. You want your left foot to be kind of straight here as you stack up and open to the right here, left hand down. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Option to bend right knee, right hand reaches for the top of the right foot, and the foot and the shin actively press into the hand. Stretching through the upper quad and the pelvis. Shoulders away from ears, hugging the belly. Slowly as you release, rounding back, right, bending through the knees, hug the belly in here, and Shiva squat, inhaling, maybe no hands. Hands down, extending right foot heel away, you square up the hips, revolved half moon, left hand reaching up, you're turning to the left and reaching up here, extending through that right heel. Exhale as you come back, land the foot again nice and slow, circle to your right and ninja. Hold statically if that feels good for you, or dynamically move a bit. And we'll come to Prasarita Padottanasana again for a little forward fold release. Good. As we circle to the right, we'll set up a little pigeon here, just to get a little bit of release through the hips, the glutes, and the lower back. So we want to keep that knee outside of the hip line to the right, further to the right, as we settle into the pigeon. I'm just here maintaining more lift here, upright pigeon. I want to let gravity gradually take over. As I settle the right hip down, drawing my left pelvis forward down as I hug in the belly, softening through the neck, maintaining connection with that breath. Good. Slowly as you release. Now, we're going to shake out this leg here, okay? Shake it out a little bit. Now, we'll work a little bit of sequence here with Wild Thing and Falling Star. So we'll inhale the right foot high, exhale for Wild Thing. Circle if you want. Additional option to maintain the side plank and lift up that right foot, Vashisthasana. Slowly as you release, high plank inhaling, halfway down. Back up, inhale, and send the right foot up high too. Now exhale it to the left here, spin the left foot heel down. Option to grab the right foot with the left hand and extend it away here. Belly button, hug it in. Releasing. Maybe you can come to your three-legged dog without landing your left hand. And then Chaturanga. Transition. Downward facing dog, pedal it out, bicycle it out. Left foot, inhale it high. Exhale it through. Four pigeon on this side. Keep the knee outside of the hip line. Modify as you need to. Wiggle the right knee thigh a bit more towards the center. As you rest the top of the right foot shin, bringing your right pelvis forward and down. Hug the belly in, soften through the neck and shoulders a bit. Curling toes, slowly as you pick up the left side. Option to come flip the dog here, coming into Wild Thing. option for the side plank variation too. Vashisthasana, peace finger hooks big left toe. Slowly as you release, high plank inhaling again. Half chaturanga. Back up. And then exhale the left foot through. Spin the right foot heel down for falling star, or your right hand now holds the left foot. Keep those lips lifted. Hugging the belly, left hand pressing. Then as you release, again you come back, maybe again that three-legged dog or two-legged dog now. Inhaling. Exhale, chaturanga. Transition. Downward facing dog. Exhale, or Balasana, child's pose as you rest. Good. Bend knees, inhale. Exhale, hop or float forward. Feet outside of the hands. You could sit on the block if you want here for Malasana, low squat. Feet flat, belly button in, sit up tall. Give the hands, wrists a little stretch here. Have the blocks nearby if you want to play with your crow. And we'll set up Bakasana next, crow pose. Just massage the hand, lift the wrist a little bit here with the thumbs, and maybe circle the wrists around a little bit, especially after those side planks. Palms together, belly in, lengthen, lift out of the waist. Sit on a block or two, stack them on top of each other if that helps, especially if you're a little bit tighter through the inner thighs and the pelvis. Good. Hands to the floor. Lift and extend first. Lengthen out of the waist, and hands can be to the shins here. My feet are much wider apart, getting a little stretch right now through the backs of the legs, elongating and lengthening through the neck as I hug in the belly. Shaking head, no. A nodding head, yes. Or shaking head, no. Nodding head, yes. Good. Now, as you heel toe the feet a little closer together, you could stack up the blocks on top of each other, and that's going to serve as sort of a position for you to lower your forehead down if you're playing with crow, but you have that sort of, fear of falling on your face, on your head. So you can stack up the two blocks, and as you bring your forehead down, that'll give you some sort of psychological comfort, okay? But if you're a regular sort of crow pose practitioner, you're familiar with more of these power type of asanas, get the knees into the armpits as much as you can. Hands about shoulder distance apart. You really want to root the hands down through the fingertips here, wider so you have more of a surface area contact, right? More surface area, the more support and balance you'll have. Come to the tippy toes, belly button in. Maybe one at a time first. Really suck in the belly. Long neck, shoulders away from ears. And then, the arm and the knee stay there. Hover the feet off the floor, pointing toes. Maybe straightening out the arms for crane. Bending the knees again, and slowly, as you float the feet back. Inhale, come to a lazy upward facing dog here. Let the lower back get a little bit of counter, belly in, relax a bit through the pelvis here. And press this lift through the scapula. And you could relax the chin down, gentle with lower back, constantly hugging the belly. Good. Sit back for a child's pose. Soften the forehead down. Even sweep the arms maybe besides and relax through the shoulders and neck and soften shoulders away from ears here. Okay? Knees wider, feet closer, relax in your child's pose. Good. Slowly as you release, come back to your neutral table position and have a seat on your heels in Vajrasana or diamond pose or hero pose. Belly button in. If that's a bit much for the knees, sit on a block or even a couple of blocks underneath the sit bones here. Feet a little bit wider apart. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a bit. Work the wrists a little bit here just to make sure the wrists are okay. Circle the hands around, or with the thumb of the opposing hand, massage the wrists here quite a bit. Okay, just to get a little comfort, circle the hands maybe a bit here. And we're going to set up our hands in a little bit different position today. The block, I want to keep it towards the back of the mat in the center here. And that's more just for demo purposes of Mayurasana or peacock pose. Now, the easier variation of peacock is with the legs crossed. The harder variation is with the legs extended, the feet, away from you. First, let's talk about hand position. The hands externally rotate, palms are down, and the fingers are pointing towards the knees. This is the first part here. A little closer than shoulder distance apart. First, you want to just see if you can get the hands to this position and feel that deeper stretch through the forearms. Okay? You could even work cow and cat here, right? You can inhale into cow and exhale around back into cat. Good. Now, as you maintain the cat, you lean and shift your weight back a little bit, keeping the palms down. Just noticing what your range of motion is through the wrists, through the forearms. Okay, slowly come back. Tops of the hand you'll press to the floor. Palms are facing you. Fingers are still inward here. A little counter stretch there. Should feel good for the wrist. Keep hugging in the belly still. Shift the weight away so you're not dumping weight into your wrists, right? That's why I hug in the belly and I shift the weight back a bit. Stretch is there, and that's a little bit of release. Now, you're going to go ahead and come down, and you'll cross the legs. If you could take full lotus, that's fantastic, right? I mean, it'll be easier for the sake of Mayurasana or peacock pose. If you can't, it's okay. Work with just the legs sort of crossed like this here, okay? You don't have to extend the feet away. The hand position will be like that. Now, hugging in the belly and tucking tailbone underneath is critical here because you want the bandhas engaged more so the lower back doesn't tense up more. The glutes, of course, will activate, and you really have to hug in the belly and press into the floor. Shoulders away from ears, long neck. Again, bandha engagement is really important here. Now, I'm a little slippery right now, but I'll still try to get the elbows underneath to plant right around here across the abdominals as much as I can. If they're out, it's going to be harder. There's not as much of a base and support, right? So this is where we start to see how we could use that leverage. Okay, so again, fingers point away, stretching the forearms is there. Again, this is a bit much for the wrist, so please be careful. You can completely avoid this posture if you want. I haven't done it in a while myself also, but I'm pretty warm right now. I'm going to give it a try. Now, as I bend at the elbows, I shift the weight forward and I bring the elbows in and towards my abs. And I try to hover across. Now, I'm going to lift the feet off the floor, cross like that. Slowly as you come back, Have a seat in Vajrasana again, and just give the hands a little break again. Give them a stretch if that feels good. Shrug the shoulders a bit. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes. Good. Now, reason for the block. The reason for the block is that as you set up your hands and you prepare to shift, you extend your feet back so you're in a plank position, except your hands are in this sort of weird position, right? Your hands are this way. And you set them up, you set up the backs of your arms and your elbows in here as much as possible. Now, sometimes some people do one hand this way, one this way. I'm not a fan of that. It feels asymmetric to me, okay? I like to have my hands that way, and I guess my wrists are used to it from, years of yoga. Again, you have to be really mindful with the wrists. That's really important. I don't want you to hurt your wrists. But basically, once you extend your feet back, your feet come onto the block, and that gives you sort of a little bit of a lift, a place for you to take off from, okay? But again, the hand positioning is first. So fingers wide, a little bit of a grip, plant, belly in, cat out of the lower back, extend the foot back and see where the block needs to be, and that's where you are. Now you shift weight forward and try to lift the feet off the block. The block is a little too far back, so I'm going to come here. Maybe that might help. Belly button in, lower down, and then now extending, pointing toes, engaging through the glutes. Slowly coming back. Again, a little stretch for the wrists, the hands, maybe even one at a time. Maybe curling fingers towards the wrist, opening, closing, keeping a little micro bend in the elbows, and then in a little child's pose, soften the shoulders now. Good. Slowly as you release. Come back, have a seat. Send the legs forward, shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a bit. Sit up tall. Gently shake head no. Nod head yes. Good. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times more. And now cross your right foot over your left knee. You could bend the left knee and then come back to the sit bone, sit up tall, or you could keep the left foot straight away. Hug the right knee in, sit up tall with inhale, and then from there the exhales are little micro twists to your right. If you're bending the left knee for a more traditional Ardha Matsyendrasana or seated twist, you're still maintaining lift. You might bring the left arm outside of the right thigh as you sit up tall. If you want a little extra twist, again, please be mindful with your lower back as you're working these twists here, right? Any uncomfortable sensation, if you have any back procedures in the past, spinal surgeries, etc., you actually want to refrain from doing twists. You want to just sit up a bit, just focus on a little bit of a stretch. Don't go too deep into a twist here. If you're working the bind, maintain the lift through the trunk. Left hand, arm, you could kind of limp arm here through this loop that you made with your right leg and come around with the right hand, and then the hand might find the wrist or the other hand here. Shift weight and just make sure you're even on the sit bones. Draw belly in, inhaling, and exhale gradually, a little micro twist over to the right. If this becomes a bit much more for me, even if I have the bind, I'll release instead, and I might even bring the hand out, and I'll focus more on the lift here, right? So don't force it.
Slowly as you release, come back. Extend left right foot away. Cross left over right, or again, you could cross and you can bend the right knee this time, or keep the foot straight away. Inhale, lifting on the right side. Exhale, coming across for the twist here. Again, belly button in, sit up out of the waist. You might work the bind or simply lift and gently work with the breath here, micro turning with your exhales. The inhales, again, think elongation and lift through the crown of the head. Uddiyana Bandha, belly button in, hug it in the whole time. Good. Slowly as you release, come forward, high plank position. Exhale, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog with inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, bicycle out the feet a little bit here, nodding head yes, shaking head no. Root the feet down, get a nice deep stretch through the backs of the legs, relax through the head and neck. Lengthen breath through the nose, out through the nose. Or sigh it out, releasing through the mouth. Good. Slowly hover, lower the knees down, sit the sit bones down, and come on down to your back. Hug the knees in to the chest here. Rock a little bit side to side, massage the lower back. Or hands can hold opposite elbows in Apanasana. And rock a little bit left and right. Hug the right knee in, release the left side, circle the knee around, massage the lower back and the hip socket on the right side here. Any direction that feels good for you, just going to feel it out. Good. For a little extra stretch and a little core work, hook the big right toe with peace fingers of the right hand. Extension here, hug the belly in, pressing your lower back into the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling up, so you brace through the core and a knee or forehead towards knee, soften through the neck and shoulders. Slowly as you release, take a gentle twist over to the left with the right knee for Jatari Parivartanasana. Soften the shoulders down, extend the right foot heel away. Slowly releasing, come back to center, hug the left knee in, circle around. Extend left foot up towards the ceiling. Left hand, peace finger hook, big left toe. Nice, easy extension. Again, core active, bandha engagement. Inhaling. Exhaling up. So you're compressing through the core and forehead to knee. Keep that dorsiflexion active so you deepen the stretch through the leg. Just be gentle, be aware of the hamstrings here again. Right foot heel extended away and it's planted to the floor. Slowly as you release, shoulders soften down.
With an exhale, guide the left knee to your right for Jatari Parivartanasana. Maybe look to the left if that feels okay for your neck. Good. Slowly as you come back, you could roll on to the belly. We'll work a little stretch through the shoulder girdles here. I'm going to go ahead and extend the hands apart. I'm going to look to the left and bring the left ear down. My right hand comes in and I gently roll and plant the right foot outside and behind the left knee thigh. Right hand is here. It could be taking a wrap behind here as I soften the head and shoulders down. Or I could keep it for support, wiggle a bit to the center, and then heel toe the right foot a little closer to the left side, towards the center of the mat. Picking up the left and figure 4 across here. This is optional too, of course. Easy breath, relaxing through the head and neck. Sometimes you could place your head and rest it on your block here, and that little elevation will give you a bit more comfort in your neck. Slowly as you release, come back, cross shape with the arms on the floor so the palms are facing down and your hands are right across from each other here across your chest. Look to your left, left hand comes in, start to wiggle your hips to the left a bit and turn and bring your left foot behind the right leg and wiggle a bit more. Variations here, but relaxing through the shoulders, through the neck, of course, is important, right? So head resting. If you want the figure 4, right foot can figure 4 here, as long as your head can still rest. Slowly as you release, coming back, wiggle around to the center here, slide the knees forward, little child's pose again. You could reach the hands forward for a deeper child's pose stretch or Uttita Balasana. Good. Coming onto our backs one more time, and gradually we'll start to prepare for Shavasana. So we can hug the knees in again if you want. If you need a back bend, if you have a back bend practice, you want to set up a wheel or a bridge, feel free to do that. If you want to release a bit more through the lower back, Apanasana, hug the knees in here, press lower back into the floor, rock a little bit back and forth, massage the lower back. And once you've done what you need to do, get your space comfortable and ready. Maybe have your relaxing spa type of music or Shavasana type of music on, and begin to soften down, melting into your space. Swallow maybe once or twice as you relax through the throat, your tongue, your cheeks, your jaw, and gradually start to allow your natural breath to take over. Make sure you wiggle around a little bit and get really comfortable so you can really melt into your space again. Slowly as you start to wiggle through the fingertips and toes, reconnecting with a conscious, deeper inhale and exhale. One more time. Feel free to take a nice long stretch here, long pencil stretch as you reach the hands, the feet apart. And maybe we hug the knees one more time, back into the chest. Hang on to the legs, rock a little back and forth, massage mid-back and lower back. Come have a seat, cross the legs, shrug the shoulders up, back and down. And then left hand down, reach your right hand up, inhaling. And exhale over to your left. Inhale coming up with the left side. And exhale up and over to your right. Coming back with inhale. Sit up tall, little seated twist to your left. Coming to center. And exhaling to your right. Excellent. Let's go ahead and have a seat. Feel free to sit on the block if you need to, or any other way that you're comfortable here. As we come to seal our practice. Again, if that feels good for you to shake the head a little bit here, yes and no, go ahead and do that. Shrug the shoulders around a bit more. Maybe even rounding through the back. Forward folding, relaxing a bit here. And then as you sit up tall, big inhale, sweep hands overhead. Exhale, Namaskara hands or Anjali Mudra, sealing our practice, our yoga. Hopefully feeling more of a union, more of a connection with breath, mind, spirit, body. Gratitude for sharing this space with me. It was a pleasure to guide your practice, and I look forward to doing this for you again soon. Until then, have a pleasant rest of your day. Rest well. Namaste. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.